had this idea to make a stop motion animation of a gumball machine. A hand would come in, twist the knob, and a gumball would come out. But I wanted to create all of this out of paper. So to get started, what I did was I grabbed some reference images of photos of gumball machines and different kinds of gumball machines from the internet, and then on my iPad in the app Procreate, I started illustrating what I thought would look like a cool paper gumball machine. After I created all of the illustrated elements in Procreate, I then took them over to Illustrator, outlined them, and got them ready to be cut. So I used my Graphtec vinyl cutter to do all the cutting out of all of the paper pieces for the gumball machine. We picked out all of the colors that we wanted to use, and then we cut them out on the Graphtec, the vinyl cutter. I got these to show you. So after we cut out all of the pieces and we wanted to assemble it on the background, what I like to do when building paper illustrations is I like to use these like foam squares that you can get at craft stores. They're for scrapbooking, and you put them under photos to like give a 3D effect in your scrapbook. But what I like to use is I like to use them in my illustrations to give depth to the paper illustration. So we kind of use those to add space between each of the elements. Also, we wanted for the knob on the gumball machine to be able to turn, so a hand could come in and turn the knob. But I didn't want the knob to be free floating, or else we might accidentally get the knob like moving up and around. So how I kind of got it to stick to the machine was I ended up using a brad, and I glued the knob to the brad and then put that through the piece of paper underneath it so that it could actually function as a turning knob for our gumball machine. We taped down everything. The background got taped down, all of the pieces of the gumball machine got taped down. The only things that didn't get taped down were the actual gumballs or pieces that were gonna be moving themselves. Then of course, the model had to have her hand turn the knob and then raise towards the camera. Then we changed the paper gumball into a real gumball. And in order to get her hand moving up in nice increments, we just used objects around the house and propped them up so that she could have her hand resting on them so that we knew that it was always moving in an upward motion. We used like tape and I think like a plastic cup and probably, I don't know, just random things we had around the house to kind of give height to the model's hand. Also, so to get the camera up above the countertop where we were shooting, I used a C-stand instead of a tripod because the arm could lean over top of that counter really nicely and it could get quite high. And then to attach my camera to my C-stand, I just used, I call it a spigot. It's like a metal, let me get one for you. Okay, so I got these on Amazon. These actually come quite in handy because they're kind of modular and they come in pieces. And then you screw onto the size of your camera mount. So then this kind of hangs in, come on, the clamp of the C-stand. And then the camera screws in to this part. But what's nice is this kind of, the one I got on Amazon, it has different sizes so that you could also, if you wanted, you could actually put a tripod head on the end of a C-stand instead of just a camera. So some options, but there's a lot of different kind of things like this you can get. They don't have to be kind of modular like mine are. I actually have a couple of options. One I have is just like a straight like metal gold piece, but they're kind of cheap on Amazon or photo stores. So you can get it for like maybe under 10 or around $10 and then use that to put into a C-stand arm and hold it over top of the countertop. So take a look at our behind the scenes footage of how we made this gumball animate.